Okay, we are live. Welcome. Good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are watching us from right now. I know we have also an international audience, so welcome back. And also welcome if it's your first time in our Wednesday Tao Transformation evening. This is our long-standing weekly event on every Wednesday at 7 p.m. UK time, where we come together, where we learn some wisdom of Dr. and Master Zhi Gang Sha system and techniques, where we practice together, do self-healing and more, all using the power of the soul. Okay, this is one of Dr. and Master Zhi Gang Sha's books, and it's actually become a #1 New York Times best-selling book, amongst a couple others. In total, Master Sha has written over 25 books, showing the power of the soul and also how we can use Tao technologies to transform our life. So my name is Johannes and welcome. Happy to see all of you here. Leave us a message in the chat where you're watching us from. We are also live on our Facebook page right now, so leave a comment there. We'd love to hear from you. And tonight we have a guest teacher here who is very close to us and has been with us a couple times already in the past. Her name is Hina Shah, and I'll give you a little introduction to her. Hina has been always very inclined to holistic healing, alternative health, but her journey really started now over about 6 years ago when she had an accident and she suffered from really strong lower back pain. Okay, so she couldn't get rid of it and she was looking really actively searching for solutions. That was until she found Master Sha's teachings and she actually received some healing transformation blessings and services at that time to help her with this specific challenge. And it helped her not only to resolve this challenge, but later on she would go on and practice herself, and she has managed to transform many other areas and aspects of her life in addition to the lower back pain. Isn't that amazing? And Hina will share a little bit more herself, but basically it covers every aspect of her life, including emotions, like feeling more peaceful, calm, balancing emotions, of course health topics, even financial topics. Okay, and so she's certified as a soul healing teacher, and so we're happy to have her here today to share a little bit more about what Tao Hands is. Okay, so Tao Hands is Master Sha's, you can call it the first kind of a healing modality, right? And Hina is a Tao Hands healer herself, and we have now over 400 Tao Hands practitioners here that are connected to the center in the UK. So it's a ever-growing community of Tao Hands practitioners. Any Tao Hands practitioners are here online tonight? Raise your hands. I think I can see someone. Lavina's raising her hand. So welcome everyone. And so we're going to learn a little bit more about Tao Hands, but we also, for those of you who already are Tao Hands practitioners, it's also an opportunity to connect a little bit more as well. And we'll also practice together and our self-healing later on. So yeah, so let's welcome Hina on stage, who will lead us through the event. Enjoy. Welcome, Hina.
Thank you, Johannes. So just let me know if you can hear me. Thank you, everyone. And welcome. And thank you for that introduction. So please let me know in the chat if you're new to the center, new to this topic of Tao Hands. Some of you maybe, just let me know in the chat that you are new or you're new to Dao Hands, because many of you have been attending the Wednesday night session where you're learning different techniques, how to self-heal yourself, especially if you are, any aspect of your life really. Dao Hands and self-healing using soul healing techniques can help with physical, emotional, mental, relationships, finances, etc. It can even help sort of bring good energy into your home. So before I share my story, I'd like to welcome you all. Welcome Saroj, Anup, Salim, Tarinda, Raj, Anna, Jati, Sarala, can't read that name, Deepa Kirit, Ginte, Deepika, Manoj, Jay and Dina. Welcome everyone. And I think many of you are already Dao Hands practitioners. So I'd like to share a little bit about my journey from the start when I discovered Dao Hands. At that time, before I came into the modality, I had, as Johannes explained, I was already really connected, resonated with holistic healing. So I've been suffering on and off with chronic lower back pain for a lot of years. And I'd had some energy healing, and also gone to the doctor, and they prescribed me medicine, basically painkillers, to transform that inflammation. So on and off, I'd be having more than 400 painkillers every year, not just for my chronic lower back pain, but other challenges that I experience, especially like for ladies, periods used to really affect me before I became a Dao Hands practitioner. And I finally sort of managed to get some physio done for my back. And that actually gave me relief for about 6-7 months or less, I think. And on the day I discovered Dao Hands at a health fair, I was serving, and because I was on my feet all day, it reactivated the lower back pain. But luckily I was at the right place, so I had the chance to experience Dao Hands for the first time. So if you're a first timer, you'll have the chance tonight to experience that transformation using that energy and frequency from the Dao Hands. So that was the time I was like still a bit skeptical because the other modalities hadn't worked for me. And Harsha, many of you know Harsha, was standing by the stand and she goes, "Do you want to experience Dao Hands? We're going to start a demo soon." And I'm like, I am in pain, so I would like to try it out. And she's like, "Great, please sit down. We're going to start in a few minutes." And then I experienced it that day. And there were many practitioners helping heal that day. So I experienced warmth. And after a while, the pain had disappeared. So I was like, okay, let's see how this works, because the other modalities, it came back. But during the day, it didn't come back. So I decided, okay, let's see what this is about. So they normally do like workshops, weekend workshops. So the first thing I entered or joined was a weekend workshop in September. And then we did some energy practices, some, soul healing practices. And I think after that weekend, I was convinced that I want to try this out. And by December 2019, I'd become a practitioner. And that made me sort of then go into the journey of self-healing. My journey was about transforming all the challenges. So apart from lower back pain, I was going through a lot of emotional turmoil, like anger, sadness, and it got triggered by a lot of things in life. And over the years, it kept on just going. And I didn't even realize, sometimes it's not like we don't want to acknowledge that we're going through a challenge, but we're not able to acknowledge until it's like at a stage where it's getting worse. So I think I sort of got angry with a couple of people that I wouldn't have before, mainly because they were in the family and they were older than me. So that made me wonder what is going on, because that's not me. Naturally, I wasn't that kind of a person. I was very quiet as a teenager. I was calm. So it made me wonder. And by then, obviously, I had become a practitioner. And I started joining the practices, as many of you do, like this Wednesday. And within 6 months, I found even people were commenting. And that was during lockdown. We were doing a lot of Zoom sessions. And my family was commenting, Hina, what have you been doing? Because you look very radiant, you look very happy, because there's happiness in your face and it shows. And I was like, I realized then, I actually analyzed myself, and I was like, hang on, that tape recorder that's running in my mind has stopped, and my heart has stopped like blaming other people and being angry over things that I didn't have control over. And it had calmed down, it had grounded my emotional body and my mental body. So Dao Hands is very, very versatile. It helps with all aspects of life. So I'll come back to all of you. Some of you are Dao Hands practitioners. I want to know how you've been able to, even in one example, if you can share with the others who are new today. And again, if you're new, please let me know that you're new in the chat, so that we can go deeper into the teachings of what Dao Hands are, and how and why they work. What is the power and significance? So I want to hear from you. So if you have one example of a story that you want to share, or even with your clients, if you are a practitioner and you have your soul healing business like I do, I also want to share one more story about a friend. And this was before, I even I think in September, or between July and September, I normally do a challenge called Million Step Challenge. So my best friend and my cousin came over to my flat to stay so that we could do the challenge together. And on a Saturday, we walked at 12 midday, and it was really hot. And my best friend suffers from migraines. And when we came back, she was like, I can't even open my eyes. My migraine is just like really overpowering. So I told her, just sit down. Just sit down for 5 minutes. What I'll do is I'll turn on my Dao Hands and have an open heart, a mind, and I'll give you, and I literally remember it was less than 10 minutes. It was about 5 minutes blessing I offered her. And the way she explained it was, her migraine was like peeling off her head, like a banana being peeled. Yeah, that was her explanation. And 6 months later, she tells me, I still haven't had a painkiller for my migraines. I've had a painkiller for my knee pain, but my migraines, she was migraine free, even in the heat of the summer, for 6 months. So that was one 5-minute experience she had. So I'd ask you also, if you're new especially, keep an open heart, keep an open mind, so that you can receive the same transformation today. We're going to do a demo later on. So now I'm going to just share what Dao Hands are and why they work a little bit deeper than many other things that we have tried medically, as well as, holistic healing. So within Dao Hands, Dao Hands is sources. Dao is the source, the creator. So Dao Hands is source's light, source's frequency and vibration, which is it's founded by Dr. and Master Jigong Sha. As Johannes explained, it's the first level of healing. There are many other levels thereafter, but as an entry level healing, that is one of the best levels to experience. And as you do the healing, you obviously they're going to train you in the weekend coming up, the Dao Hands healing weekend. They'll train you how to turn them on and actually, first of all, give yourself a blessing as well as others. And as you do that, the light, the frequency and vibration works at various levels, not just the physical level, or let's say it's an emotional aspect, but it will work at various levels. And these levels of information are explained by a universal law called Shen, Qi, and Jing. In many modalities, they're actually reversed around. They say Jing, Qi, Shen in many of the Eastern art forms. Master Shah explains it as Shen, Qi, and Jing, and you'll find out why, because the Shen level is quite deep. It explains why information, which causes our challenge, so negative information within those levels cause our challenge, our pain, whether it's physical, emotional, mental, or spiritual, relationships, finances, etc. So negative causes pain, and we want to transform that negative to positive, whether it is at various levels of our life, various levels of our, those levels of spiritual levels as well. We want to transform it to positive so that we can experience that health, that good health and abundance within all aspects of life. So, are we together? Please give me a heart, please give me a yes in the chat. Are we understanding what Dao Hands is? Thank you, Manoj. And thank you, everyone. Really appreciate that. So yes, now I'll explain the Shen, Qi, Jing levels and why they work in any aspect, not just Dao Hands, but the soul healing as well. And so this is the universal law of Shen, that is S-H-E-N, Qi, and Jing. And normally, when we have medical healing operations, treatments, they're all good. They give us relief. Like, for instance, for my chronic lower back pain or period pain, I used to have medicine. Paracetamol, Nurofen was always in my bag or my car or my cupboard. Even at work in the drawer, I used to have like those tablets ready in case I needed them. So paracetamol works at the physical matter level and sometimes at the energy levels as well. But unfortunately, what it does is it gives you temporary relief. Like a paracetamol would probably 2 or 3 hours, and then you have to do another dose. What I used to do when I used to be in a lot of pain, I would have a paracetamol, then 2 hours later, I top it up with a Nurofen, because you can't have paracetamol. You have to wait for 4 hours. And I used to be in so much pain, I'd have to top it up. So I used to do that. I used to alternate the Nurofen and the paracetamol. And then it used to give me constant relief in the bloodstream, in my muscles, wherever I needed the pain relief. But as I said, it's very temporary. As soon as you take it off, you'll be back in pain. And what I experienced at the fair, was I had a Dao Hands healing. I didn't have any paracetamol that day because my car was really far. It was parked in the other car park. So I had the healing. It worked not just on the energy levels. It worked much further. It worked at the soul level. So Dao healing is one of the most sort of basic practices for soul healing. And it worked at the soul level, which is much higher up. So I'm going to explain what Shen is. The Shen consists of 3 things, which is the soul, heart, and mind. And these are spiritual terms. So even your physical heart has these Shen, Qi, Jing levels. And information, whether negative or positive, runs through that. There's a ripple effect. So if your soul, let's say the soul of my back at that particular moment, the shan shijing of my back had some negative information, some challenge that was causing it pain. So that's what was being reflected in all the other levels, even the matter level. So the qi is the energy and the jing is matter, which is the body. Or the body could consist of the energy and matter level, so at the physical level. So when you have negative in the soul of any aspect, that's what gets reflected. So let's say there's negative, and it goes both ways. It goes up or down. So what Tao Healing Hands does is it gives it love and light, frequency from the source, from the Tao, which is positive energy. And that's what gets fed. We're doing it at this matter level as you're turning on your Tao hands, but it's working on all the levels. So it feeds positive information. Starting not only at the matter level, even though this arrow is going upwards, it gives you positive information in all levels of whatever aspect it is that you are suffering, having a challenge or pain. But the good thing is, you don't need to suffer. You can also do healing as a preventative manner. So, these are the spiritual levels, soul, heart, mind, energy, matter levels, but they also have scientific terms that describe. And this is a co-created term in Tao science by Dr. Rulin Shu and Dr. and Master Jigong Sha. So Dr. Rulin Shu is a physicist, a string theorist, and a quantum scientist. And Dr. Shah is an allopathic doctor and a TCM doctor. So they've co-created within quantum science, there's terminologies that explain how information flows through those spiritual levels. The soul is the warehouse of all your information. So as I say, there's information recorded within all aspects of our lives. Whether it's back pain or emotional pain, there's positive and negative. And this is the warehouse where all the information is recorded. It's a warehouse. The soul leads the heart, which is the receiver of all the information. So when your heart receives a positive information, like when you do like love meditation or love and compassion meditation, the heart level receives positive information. Then that transforms whatever challenge you're experiencing at that time. So the heart is a receiver. And then the heart leads the mind. The mind is the processor. It actually aligns with the message that the heart has received. Processor. And then the mind leads energy level, which is the mover of information. Finally, the energy level leads the matter level, which is the transformer. So these are scientific terms, these are spiritual terms. So is everyone on the same page as to how the information moves and why Tao Healing Hands works at a deeper level? So even energy healing, because I had experience of Reiki and pranic healing before, energy healing works at the energy matter levels. Sometimes we also, nowadays, there's a lot of mindfulness and, meditation out there. So they work at the mind level, even NLP and body tapping. There are many, there's EFT and there's many other solutions of body tapping. They worked at the mind, energy, matter levels. But the practices that you get taught within even the Tao Hands program will work at all the levels. So you work with the soul and the heart to begin with, And then you'll see everything else will be a domino effect or a ripple effect. Anybody got any questions about how and why Tao healing is powerful? Why it works at a more sort of a stronger and more permanent basis? Anyone have questions with regards to any other aspects? Okay, so I'll ask, what does soul from the diagram mean? Do you mean what it means? In terms of...
mentioned heart is the receiver.
Yes.
So what is it originating from the soul?
Yeah, so the soul is the warehouse of information. It stores all your information, whether it's positive or negative. So it could be on any aspect of your life. Let's say you have physical pain, it will record all the information. So pain will be negative information, and you want to transform it to pain-free, which is positive information. And this could be for any aspect. It could be for a relationship, and various relationships have different levels of information. For some relationships you have really good, loving relationships with. Others you may have challenges. So that means at the soul level, there's a lot of like negative information recorded about your relationship with this person. Any other questions? Is that clear about the soul? And okay, thank you. So I'd like some of you, some of the practitioners who are present today, if you have a story either about your transformation using Tao Healing Hands, you can share it, you can put it in the chat, or you can actually just put your golden hand up, and if you can share it out as well on video, that would be appreciated. Does anybody want to share even one information that they've managed to actually transform using Tao Hands? Anyone? Anyone in the room would like to share? To start everybody online off. Welcome, Goretti. So we're at this moment, we're asking if anybody wants to share one transformation they've had with using Tao Hands. So it could be a physical aspect, it could be emotional, mental. I've actually shared quite a lot. I'll share one more while I, make you guys warm up a little so that you can share. So Johannes mentioned that I've actually had almost everything in my life sort of has transformed. So there was a time in my journey when I wanted to advance it even further. So I was like, this is a higher level of service that or practitioner course that is available. So I wanted to become a Kuan Yin lineage, and I was like, how will I manage this? Because the fee was a bit much higher. Then I realized that I hadn't given myself a Tao Hands blessing for finances, because with the course you're going to get about 4 workshops after workshops, and then within the workshops you are given a little bit of assignments as go and serve so and so for physical aspect, for emotional, for finances, and I've given it to other people like my friend, and she also received a blessing. I never thought, hang on, do it for yourself. So that time I realized that, hang on, I need that finances to become a Kuan Yin lineage, so what shall I do? So I gave myself a blessing, and I gave it for a couple of days. I started on Tuesday, and on Thursday my boss is like, Hina, don't send the accounts out to the accountant yet, because we need to make a change, we need to add something. And the addition was bonuses. So he said, don't worry, you're on the list, right? And for the first time, because it's salary specific, but that particular time they decided all the managers, all the directors are getting the same amount of bonus, which was just enough to pay for that course. And I was like, wow. But That's not the first financial blessing I had. The first one I had was when I had in the center, they had a workshop and they had a financial crown chakra blessing. But that's a different sort of blessing. But the one I just explained was through Dao Hans. I actually gave myself a Dao Hans blessing for finances. So the first one I had was from the financial crown chakra blessing, but this particular one was from Dao Hans. So anything is possible with Dao Hans. So can I ask anybody, just one person, to share, and then we're going to receive an experience of. But in the meantime, for whoever's present, please, will you tell me if you've got any challenge, physical pain, emotional pain, and how long you've had it, and what is your pain level? 10 being the highest, 1 being the lowest. And especially right now, if you just put it in the chat, what are you feeling? How high is the pain? So that we can choose one particular person to demo. And then we're going to request everybody also that, you also receive the healing, but we're going to choose one person, to share. So please, will you write if you've got a challenge today? It doesn't matter who you are. Even if you're Dao Hans, you can put your challenge in if you're in pain and what the pain level is. And you can share how long you've had it, or if it's fairly new. Does anybody else want to share? Lavina, would you like to share? Anna Hill is experiencing heart and stress level at 9. Just going to put there. So that's before, and that's going to be after. Anyone else? Knee pain, which I had for more than 10 years. Pain level is 7 at this moment. So Goretti. Anyone else? It could be emotional, as Anna put down. Heart stress is related to the physical heart, but it's like an emotional aspect. And anyone else in the room? Urchna is saying, I have had, I've had pain, 5 to 9, pain precipitated from time to time. Arm pain, sorry, I missed that one. Arm pain, okay, and time to time, making it 9, okay. So, Urchna. And at this moment, what is it? At this moment, is it 9 or is it endipical? Very severe pain on the left-hand side of her body, from head to toe, heels. For the past 2 years, level 9. Okay. Endipical. Left side. And 9 at this moment, actually. 9. Okay. Anyone else? So I'll just check whom we can choose as a demo. Would we all be, Jonas, correct me, are we all sending each other? Yeah, okay. So all the practitioners, for online and in the room, we're going to turn on our hands. We'll, as appropriate, send everybody the love and light for all those areas, but we'll choose one person to share how they're feeling after the experience, or even you can share even if you're not chosen. So let me just see whom we can choose. Ah, she, okay. Okay, Deepika says it's the right side. Okay, phlegm. Surinder has phlegm. Yeah, hang on, that was right side. Okay, right. Surinder has phlegm, and it is 7. Okay, and Lavina?
Low back, right side, small hip.
6. Okay, all right. Okay, so I think it's still the one that I got earlier. So we're getting Anna Hill. I'm getting Anna Hill. So the check we do is using the spiritual channel, and heaven decides who gets, but we're all going to receive it irregardless. We're all going to turn on our Dahan Sai request. Thank you, Anna. Anna, do you want to share? Do you want to share a little bit about what it is, why, even though we don't need to know, but it's good to know. It's good to know. Okay, you can unmute yourself.
Hello, thank you so much thank you, Heaven, for choosing me. I have been experiencing, due to the stress with my kids, basically, and the life situations, like a heart palpitation, pain in my heart, and it's been for quite some time now. And today I had this situation as well with my son, where I just lost my patience, and I said I can't just cope with the situation, how he behaves and what does he do. So it does affects me, and obviously that reflects the pain, the stress in the heart, like up to the point where it felt maybe I was on the edge, maybe sometimes with the heart attack. I've been trying to calm myself down and give myself a Dao hands blessing just to control the situations, but it's been difficult, and I'm so very grateful to be chosen. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing. And yes, it does affect us. And sometimes even if we do our self-healing and our Da healing, sometimes it takes time to control it, isn't it? So grateful you're here today and ready to receive as well, because you have to be ready and willing to receive the Dao hands. So we're just gonna sit down now, and we're gonna sort of ground ourselves with a few breaths, and then all the practitioners, I'm going to guide you to turn on your Dao hands, and you can offer an appropriate blessing for everyone's request. And even those who haven't put any request in the chat, you can still ask, just ask for whatever you need to, as appropriate as well. So let us just sit down wherever we are and place your hand. You can place your hand on the heart chakra, one on the lower abdomen, or you can place both on the lower abdomen. Just interlock your thumbs and gently focus on the area of your request, but also just focus on your lower abdomen so that you can ground. And let us breathe in. Breathe in for a few counts. Breathing in. Hold and breathe out. Breathing in, just allowing your mind, your heart, your body to go into stillness. It helps you to calm and be in the present moment. And breathe out. And one last time, just breathing in. Just allow yourself to observe as well within your body. Just stay wherever you need to be, making a note of whatever's going on. And out. Now, to all the Tao Hands practitioners, you can place your hand in the soul light hand arrow hand position. So your left hand's on, depending on which hand is your Tao hands, because not many people have it on the right, some have it on the left. So whichever is your non-Tao hands, put it against your heart chakra, just an inch or two away, and then the Tao hands straight. And then gently closing your eyes, connect. We say, dear my Tao hands, and this is level 1. I love you. Please activate, please turn on. And please will you offer a Tao hands blessing to everyone's request. And everyone, please make a request if you haven't. As appropriate. If there are any blockages above my authority, please take. Thank you. Blessing starts. And just carry on focusing on your breath. Place your mind in that area. Just keep on observing. Many feel the sensitive movements of energy or frequency. Some may not, and it's okay. Just focus on the area and also within your body to see what's happening. And we can have some nice instrumental music on for a few minutes, just to allow us to receive in silence. Just carry on breathing. Visualize golden light or any color light that you can coming into the area that you've requested. And let it integrate for a few more minutes before we close. Just breathing into your lower abdomen. And out. And all those that are sending a blessing, let us place our hands to prayer position. Let us close the blessing by saying thank you, thank you, thank you to our hands. Love you, love you, love you. Please respectfully return gong song, gong song, gong song. And for everyone, please just observe wherever you'd requested the healing. If there was a pain, how is it now? Has it shifted? And the vibrations as well. If you can feel any tingling, any sensations, any temperature change. Just gently coming out, shaking your body, your shoulders, opening your eyes. I would like Anna to share first how she's feeling.
Thank you, thank you. I feel calmer, definitely much calmer. The pain may be gone down to 7, but I feel the difference, the shift in my heart, and I could feel the energy swirling around my head. Thank you.
Thank you, Anna. Thank you. And that is also good. Even if it shifts down like 1 or 2 points today, it still integrates because it started at the soul level and, you know, it's still integrating. It takes a few hours sometimes, and sometimes within minutes and seconds it's done, but sometimes it will. So yes, thank you for sharing. And thank you, Anna, and everybody else. Please observe, please let me know, how are you feeling and what is the level now within your pain? Even if it's shifted a little bit, that's okay. So Anna's was 9 and now it's at 7, but she's feeling much more like the energy as well coming through. And as you're typing, I'll just continue to share that Tao Hands, as I explained, it's not just for yourself healing. Nourish is feeling calmer. Archana is at 7. It's for every, you know, you can give healing to your family members, and you can also, once you're confident enough, you can start your practice and, you know, give healing to your clients as well. And even if you are another form of energy healer, you can introduce this as, you know, a package as well. I know many people who are like masseuses, they're like, you know, trainers. Myself, I was not a healer when I began, but I started at self-healing before I actually enhanced my journey. Deepika, same thing at 9. So Deepika is at 9. And Deepika, are you a practitioner? Are you a practitioner?
No, I'm not. No.
Okay. But have you been to the Wednesday evenings before?
Yes, I have. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I would actually highly recommend if you can become, as you've seen my journey, I'll share the
Mm.
latest, well, not the latest, but last pain level at 5 now. Thank you, Goretti, from 7 to 5. Darinder, Lavina, how are you feeling? 3? Yeah, good. I mean, my latest one was this weekend. We were packing some stuff, some clothes under the ottoman bed, so we were putting it in vacuum bags, and I was squatting down for a long period of time. And when I got up, I was like, my hamstrings were all locked up, my lower back I was like this. And I was like, oh no. Yeah, I didn't realize that would happen. But that was Saturday. Sunday, I was bad. I didn't have any painkillers. I've just turned on my Dow hands. I've given myself a blessing and a hot water bottle. And by Monday, my back pain had gone. It's now back to normal. The hamstrings took a little bit longer. But this is what happens when you haven't done a position for a long time and then you sit there for long. Okay, that's fine, Tharinder. It's at 4. So you can see, even with a short blessing, as I explained, my friend had a 5-minute blessing and she didn't have migraines for 6 months. So yeah, the latest one was that for me. But before that, I suffered from a frozen shoulder. That was 24. It started being frozen. And the physio, my husband's physio, said it normally takes 2 years, more than 2 years to heal. But within 9 months, my frozen shoulder's gone. And I remember when I was doing, there was the diamond practice, and even the teacher was teaching from Canada. He said, I can see you've got frozen shoulder. It was still healing, but look at it now. Totally gone within 9 months, less than a year. And I couldn't even do that, and now I can do that. So Tao hands is powerful, and you can use it on a daily basis for yourself, for others. And the good thing about it is, which they're going to train you and share, you don't pick up any bad energies because you're doing it as a channel. And you, as you saw, we said as appropriate. The blessing is not forced. The person has to be willing to receive the blessing. And obviously, heaven has to say yes as well. And you will be, as you go through the training, they will share how you can do that, and you will do the practices in the after classes as well. So, how did you find it? Giving me some hearts and yes. Let me know if you're going to join, if you're not already a practitioner. It will serve you well. It will serve your family well. And the link is in the chat if if you're ready. But if you need more information, Johannes is going to give you more information as he comes on. Thank you so much for joining today's session. Thank you for experiencing Tao Hands. And please keep on joining the Wednesday night. There's always a different practice that is going to happen. So thank you so much, everyone. Thanks.
Thank you, Hina. Amazing. Can you see me? Oh, okay. I can go over here. Okay. Let's give some big hands to Hina. Well, amazing, amazing. I learned a lot when I was listening over here. Fantastic. I think Hina is great also in sharing stories, If you have any questions, I think Hina explained it. So the link is here in the chat as well. I will add one thing. I'm going to just show you what the Tao Hands training actually all includes, and I have this list here from Mayur. I hope you can read it. I'm going to read it out. So basically, if you become a practitioner, essentially, and you can become a practitioner in a weekend workshop, like the one happening on 21st, 22nd of February. There may be others later this year as well. So what you would receive in it is you get the Hands Practitioner download. Okay, that's your empowerment to offer healing, like we just all received. You also get something that's called a spiritual pendulum. I'm not going to go too deep into this, but this actually helps you to guide you on your journey. You also get a certain protection package, like Hina mentioned, so that you don't get affected by other things. And if you join the training, there's also two downlight transmissions included for your own healing and empowerment. You also get a certificate to show to others that you're certified as a Hands practitioner. And of course, we do have, I mentioned this at the beginning, we have a large Hands community. I mean, some of you already are Hands on right here now, but there's about like 400 or so plus people at the moment in the UK. And we actually have these monthly gatherings. Okay, this is the last point here, usually with Mayur, where we come together and kind of like practice more, get some more teachings and empowerment. Those are, of course, complementary, the monthly gatherings. And all of these things together is what you can get in a Hands practitioner training. So Lamina has put the link into the chat. Thank you for that. And yeah, click on the link, find out more, or you can get in touch with us if you have any questions. We have Harsha here, our customer support. You can talk to her and she'll be happy to answer your questions. Okay, everyone? Any questions now? I'm happy to answer. And we have, before we close, also we have one more event coming up on Friday, because we'll have another workshop happening later this month as well, which is on healing. I don't know if we'll have the link right now, but we'll put it in the chat later, or keep an eye out on your email, because it's already been sent out on email as well. It's on Friday at 7 p.m. with David Lush, one of the leading teachers of Master Sha, who used to be here in person as well. Okay, thank you everyone. Any questions so far before we close? And if not, that's fantastic. And we will be happy to see you in one of the next sessions. So we have this every Wednesday, and maybe you want to join us on Friday evening as well. It's a complimentary event. Okay, we'll find the link, we'll put it in the chat in a second. Okay, thank you everyone. Lots of love to you. Have a lovely rest of your evening, and I'll see you in one of the next sessions. Bye bye.